So the Bambu Lab H2S has just dropped. We've got a lot of opinions on it, and we're gonna let you know if it's worth it for cosplayers and prop makers like you and me. What's up, my name is Aaron, and nearly 6 months ago, we got the Bambu Lab H2D. And while it was a great printer, it was leaving us wanting less. That's right, while the H2D is an amazing printer and we've been using 3 of them to make things like our life-size Turgle statue, we felt like it was a bit over-engineered for what we actually do here. And what we do here is a mix of cosplay armor, motorized props, and life-size projects. So we were very excited when the H2S arrived a few weeks ago because we thought, could this be the one? You gotta
Right.
grab it with your feet.
Oh, easy peasy. I'm used to it. Oh my God.
Don't worry, Tyler, we got it. I'm holding the camera. And since then, we've been putting it through the paces with a diverse range of prints to stress test it. So today we're gonna be seeing if this is the right printer for you and how it scales up against the rest of the Bambu Labs line. And if you're new here, we want you to know the very first thing we do when we get a new Bambu printer is to set it up and immediately start a print. Should we print Turgle pieces on this?
Yes, please.
The H2S still does a lot of tests and calibration before you even print, but the first thing we printed was this Samurai Darth Vader helmet. At 0.16 millimeter layer height, came out absolutely beautifully. It's gonna be really easy to finish. Our X1Cs actually had a bit of trouble on these originally, but we got a beautiful print right out of the box, and we had to split it up into very few pieces. And speaking of right out of the box, let's take a look at the inside and outside of this printer. It kind of looks like a big X1C. It has no extra windows, no second insert for filament on the backside. It's about 19 by 20 inches and stands at 24.6 inches. Basically, it's the same size as the H2D. And as you can see, it's pretty big. But when you open her up, you're gonna notice a few changes. The build plate is now 340 by 320 by 340 millimeters. The reason for that slight change is the new tool head, and it doesn't have 2 nozzles to have to worry about. This might be beneficial since when we printed our Phase 2 Clone Trooper helmet on the H2D, it's notoriously a hard helmet to print. We only had about 15 millimeters left in our Z-axis. So a little extra height is gonna be great for helmets. And now for the eagle eyes, this does look like it has the same hot end tool head as the A1 and the A1 Mini, but Bambu has redesigned and optimized it.
Same, but different.
Which honestly is pretty refreshing. I just dealt with a clog on the H2D, my first one, and it was as bad as we thought. It's like a German clock trying to take it apart, replace the nozzle on one of the 2 nozzles, whereas the simplified versions should be much more straightforward. In addition to these major changes, you can expect Bambu's 2nd generation servo motors, a ton of sensors and cameras inside, the same filtration and airflow system, as well as the heated chamber. Overall, it's got the same systems as the H2D, but just a little bit more simpler. Now for our second test, we printed out this Gears of War Carmine helmet. This is a part of our Gears of War themed week on the Patreon. We're having a ton of fun. This particular file comes from Rogue Props and Prints, but you can get it on our Patreon right now, along with all the other Gears of War themed files this month and until the end of next month. Now we printed this helmet in 2 plates, this whole thing. And the print quality was so good, we just printed it at 0.16. Jamie was able to actually finish it in a week. We know that helmets are great, but what about really detailed props? Well, that's where this Deathclaw wall mount comes in. It was a 2.5 day print, printed at 0.08 millimeter layer height, so super detailed in Elegoo Galaxy Black, so I got some nice transition here. So far, this printer has had flawless prints, even at 0.08 millimeter layer height. There's a noticeable difference between the X1C, which is the former flagship, and the new H2 series. We've seen it handle some really detailed things, but you might be asking about multicolored prints. And that's where we had the H2S print off some of our new kit card files. I really love these things. The X-Wing was done in a full print in color in 1 piece on the H2S with the new AMS2. So yeah, it even does these kit cards fabulously well. We've got more ships on the way. This file is actually free on MakerWorld, but we've got things like the Y-Wing, the A-Wing, TIE Fighter. All those files are on the Patreon, so go check that out if you want to try a really cool ship kit card.
That looks fantastic, though. That's my favorite Clone Wars ship.
Vulture Droid is a close second.
I don't give a f about the CIS stuff.
So we've shown you a lot of different prints, a lot of specs on the H2S, but we need to talk about price. Now, at the time of recording this, we don't actually know the price, but they're gonna put it out at release. We have some speculations on where this would lay, and we're gonna give you our opinion on those price ranges. Now, if it's above $1,500, that's pretty bad in our opinion. We'll still probably get a couple. For the average user, the average prop maker that wants to make cosplays, probably not. If it's between $1,500 and $1,300, that's kind of what we're expecting. We're kind of meh about the price, but we expect it to be around 70 to 75% the price of an H2D. If it's $1,000 to $1,300, that's pretty good. We'll get, a dozen or so. And if it's less than $1,000, incredible, absolutely amazing. We're gonna start replacing all of our X1Cs at the print farm with these guys. Now, like I said, we don't know the price for sure, but that's just kind of our opinions over a couple different ranges. The actual price, will be here. So let's wrap it all up. Is this the printer of our dreams? It's pretty good, yeah. When the H2D came out, we thought, this is an amazing printer. It's over-engineered for kind of the stuff that we're doing. We don't do multicolored prints that often. We did appreciate the larger build volume, but a lot of those extra features we didn't find a whole lot of value in as prop makers and cosplayers. The H2S seems like they understood the assignment. They made it single nozzle, because we really only do one nozzle prints. It's still enclosed, so you can print with a variety of different materials. It's got that great Bambu print quality to it. The whole ecosystem is amazing. You can get replacement parts super easily. You can repair your printer. They have tutorials online for you and everything. Trust me, with Bambu quality, you can get you pretty far. So is this the printer for you? Hard to say. Let us know in the comments. Overall, I think it's the printer for us. We're gonna get a couple more for sure. But if you liked any of these files, check them out. They're all linked in the Patreon below. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next printer review video.
We should kill Jim.
Yeah. He's had it too good for too long. He actually speaks with a Southern accent. The whole Irish thing is just a like personality.
He said Dalton. Oh, hey, Jamie.
Hey.